covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Would just say that we wanted to take a tour soon, and knowing that we're leaving in December, or this December, but now we know we can't.
New details about the future of Bidwell Mansion State Park and the search for what sparked the flames that destroyed its historic landmark. Plus, new at 6, keep those eyes on the road. Corning may soon have new rules about roadside advertising that could be distracting. But first,
they need the pay and compensation to continue to be able to protect the lives and communities in this country.
Federal firefighters may soon get a big pay cut, and it could impact your safety. But first, we are tracking that severe weather across our area with rain in the valley, snow in the mountains. Camille Acevedo has been tracking this system for us. Camille, what's happening for people heading out tonight? What do we have to keep in mind?
Definitely just take a jacket, umbrella, because we are expecting more rain tonight before a brief, short period of no rain. And then tomorrow morning, afternoon, we are expecting the second storm to come. So right now, we have the first out of 3 storms that are going to be moving through. It's bringing us rain, snow, winds, and of course colder temperatures. And then this storm will move towards the east this evening, and then we'll have that break on Friday or later tonight going into early Friday morning before the next storm comes Friday afternoon and evening. So right now in Chico, it's currently 48 and 43 in Redding. Wind speed right now, we still are seeing some strong winds here in Chico, some southeast winds coming up into our area at 23 miles per hour, and then southeast winds in Redding at 8 miles per hour. And coming up, I'll have what you need to know to prepare for this next storm.
Okay, thanks, Camille. Listen up, Camp and Zog Fire survivors. President Biden just signed the Federal Disaster Tax Relief Act into law, and that means federal tax relief for your wildfire settlement money. It also includes tax exemptions on legal fees, emotional distress, lost wages, and other expenses. You'll be able to claim refunds for any taxes paid on wildfire settlement funds since 2020 by filing an amended return or claiming the change in the next tax year. Congressman Doug LaMalfa fought for this bill and said he is hopeful that they can get refunds out to those who were needlessly forced to pay the tax in recent years. Today, investigators are still trying to figure out what started the fire that destroyed Chico's Bidwell Mansion. Alejandra Mejia is live there at the smoldering site. Alejandro, any news on whether they're still searching for that person seen walking away from the flames?
Haley, the state fire marshal will not reveal any information as of now, but we do know that the investigation is still ongoing, and crews have been working here throughout the day to find what caused the fire here at Bidwell Mansion. Many gathered at the fencing around Bidwell Mansion today to see the aftermath of the fire. Cal State Parks District Superintendent Matt Teague says there's no real insurance policy on the mansion itself, but is self-insured through the state's budget. We also spoke to him about a possible rebuild, and I spoke with people who live across the street about what they saw.
We wake up to like all of our roommates texting us like, hey, come outside right now, or like, look outside, Bidwell Mansion is on fire. Again, it was just a moment of kind of disbelief. Like, I just didn't believe it.
Yeah, we don't know at this time. Those are definitely questions on our mind. We don't know. We can't come close to coming up with answers right now. I think it's going to be a one step at a time process here, and once we complete the investigation, we're going to start looking at those questions.
I reached out to several different agencies, including CAL FIRE, Chico Fire, Cal State Parks, and Chico PD. All told me they do not have any new information that they can share about the investigation. I also spoke with gas station employees at the Dino Mart on West 6th Avenue and the Arco on West 9th Street, who said first responders visited their businesses yesterday to gather any potential evidence. Teague told me there are no security cameras on Bidwell Mansion and the Visitors Center right next to Bidwell Mansion, and there was no state park staff patrolling the area when the fire broke out. Reporting live in Chico, I'm Alejandro Mejia for Action News Now.
Okay, thank you, Alejandro. We do have all the information about the Bidwell Mansion Fund that was put together by the North Valley Community Foundation. It's there for you on our website. Just find the story, and just so you know, they dropped the word rebuild from that fund because the money that you put into it, in case State Parks decides not to rebuild the mansion, they can use it for a commemoration or memorial. Orville Hospital is paying up more than $10 million to settle charges that it submitted false claims and gave doctors kickbacks. The U.S. Attorney's Office says the hospital billed Medicare and Medi-Cal for unneeded services and gave doctors bonuses for admitting patients even if they didn't need care. The whistleblower, Cecilia Guardiola, will get about $1.8 million. More than $9 million goes to the feds and over $730,000 to the state. The hospital is also required to adopt an internal review process to track new claims. The hospital says the case wasn't decided on a level playing field and it doesn't admit any wrongdoing. It said it just settled to bring closure to the 5-year-old dispute. The $20,000 salary increase for federal firefighters built into the 2021 infrastructure law could end next week. The Wildland Firefighter Pay Protection Act would make a pay raise permanent, but it needs congressional approval by December 20th. It could be extended if Congress delays the budget, but there's no guarantee. And as the grassroots Wildland Firefighters president told me, that could mean fewer willing to do the job. As you said, retention has been a problem, but I think a lot of people who are firefighters feel very passionately about their job and they would like to stay working for the Forest Service or for the federal government, but it's just not feasible. And it's got to kind of hurt a little bit too, to maybe feel not important enough, not valued.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that morale's ever been at a lower point. I mean, on the flip side of that coin, you know, it's never been a more exciting time for the change that we have seen and that we are seeing, but we need permanent reform. I mean, we've had a lot of big wins from presumptive cancer coverages for wildland firefighters, retirement protection for wildland firefighters that are catastrophically injured. The pay supplement has been, you know, huge for the federal wildland workforce. We really need to see the inclusion of hazard pay.
He says the best way to help is to contact by email or phone California's Senate leaders or Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, that is, or California senators. Get contact information on our website as part of this story. New at 6, a Chico man was sentenced to prison for a deadly fight in Bidwell Park. Butte County DA Mike Ramsey says 34-year-old Leighton Reed admitted to killing Michael Luther after fighting over fentanyl in the picnic area at 1 Mile. Ramsey says after punching Luther, Reed carried him to his truck, then drove and parked the truck at a parking lot at Alder Street and Woodland Avenue. Police say Luther died from a brain bleed. Reed pleaded no contest to involuntary manslaughter and was sentenced to the maximum of 4 years in state prison. New and heartbreaking details in the Adventist school shooting. The grandmother of 5-year-old Elias Wolford says that a bullet caused damage to the outer edge of his spinal cord. Elias and 6-year-old Roman Mendez are both still in the hospital after being shot at Feather River Adventist School in Palermo last week. Elias's grandmother says the boy hasn't been able to move his legs yet. She says Elias has a long healing process ahead of him. Happening now, we're helping families in need all across our area. It is the 'Tis the Season food drive in Chico. Action News Now's Margot Rowe and Brianda Lemus have been helping collect food all day. We've got another 20 minutes left. Okay, so what do you need out there, you two?
We need everything.
Everything you have in your pantry that you know you're not using.
Everything in your pantry, baby formula. If you don't have anything, any dry goods or pantry goods that you can donate tonight, we are taking checks and money. Every dollar counts. $1 equals 1 pound of food in our area.
Yeah.
And if you do give to the Tri-Counties Bank, the 'Tis the Season Food Bank, you do get a nice little
cute
goodie bag. As you can see, it goes with everything. Pink and red, fabulous.
Yeah. And if you can't come out today, you have until the 20th to donate at every Tri-Counties Bank.
Yeah, the Tri-Counties Bank. TIS season is going until December 20th. You can donate to any bank there. We'll be out here for a couple more minutes.
It's starting to sprinkle, but that's not stopping none of us. So definitely come out here.
We'll see you all here really soon. Reporting live in Chico, I'm Margot Rowe.
I'm Brianda Lamus for Action News Now.
Okay, thanks you two. Again, they're there on Notre Dame Boulevard. And just to clarify, those bins will be there at Tri-Counties until December 22nd. So you do have a little bit of time. Do digital signs distract you as you drive? Why Corning city leaders are looking into new restrictions around them. And new at 6, another park fire damaged road across our area. We're going to show you new recovery help coming.